Hey guys! So unfortunately it's taken a while for me to make this, but several months ago in December, we went to Spain and I wanted to share our awesome experience with you. So we flew into Madrid and spent our first day traveling to Salamanca. On the train to Salamanca, we met Humberto, a really kind and interesting person. He actually walked with us to our hotel just to make sure we found it okay. So nice. Meeting people like him is one of the joys of traveling. The next day was our only full day in Salamanca. I woke up and went on a run. Then we grabbed breakfast and explored the city. Salamanca has the fourth oldest university in the world. The cathedral was also beautiful. The old and new cathedral were connected. The new cathedral was around 500 years old, and the old cathedral was around 900 years old. After that, we went to the Museum of Art Nouveau and Art Deco. Then we ate lunch at, I don't know if it's VIPs or VIPs, but it's a Spanish chain restaurant that was good. We stopped by the Salamanca Central Market and then stumbled on a park with random exercise equipment. We then walked to the Roman Bridge, which is around 2,000 years old. After that, I went up the bell tower of the cathedral, which I thought was really cool for only €4. We then visited the Convento de San Sebastian. It had a beautiful cloister and a massive altarpiece. The next morning, we took an early train to Madrid and then Toledo. We dropped our bags off at our very cute Airbnb. It actually had a terrace view of some of the city walls, which was so cool. We went and tried some carcamusa, I think is how you say it. It's a local stew. We tried it at Taberna Scala, and although I'm not a big lover of stews, this was actually really good. We toured the cathedral in Toledo. It was massive with so much stuff to see. We walked to the very massive Alcazar, and then later, around sunset, I went to see the Mirador del Valle, the classic spot that looks out over the city, which was beautiful. Afterwards, we went to Ristorante Napoli de Borboni, Toledo, for dinner. It's a long name, but it was really, really good. I honestly don't remember eating better pasta in Italy. The next morning, Cameron and I both went back to Mirador del Valle. It was still great, but not quite as stunning as it was at sunset. So I would recommend going at sunset for sure, if possible. We walked back to the city and went to the Monasterio de San Juan de los Reyes. I'm really glad we did this before leaving Toledo. It was very affordable and really cool to see. Toledo as a whole was amazing, and I'm really glad we spent the night in the city to enjoy it fully. We took a train back to Madrid and checked into our Airbnb, which thankfully was very centrally located. After getting some tapas, we walked around the city, which was beautifully lit at night for Christmas. The next morning, we took a train to Segovia, where we spent the day. The first thing we saw entering into the old town was the Roman aqueducts. I'd seen pictures, but in person, they're very imposing. It's hard to believe they've been there for around 2,000 years. We passed through the Plaza Mayor and then went on to the cathedral. It was very inexpensive to enter, I think around €4. After that, we ate lunch at Los Tarines, where we had a wrap and sandwich with pig suckling meat, a specialty of Segovia. Then we went to the Alcazar. This was so cool. This castle is said to have been the one that inspired Walt Disney's animation of Snow White's castle. The exterior and the views from the top were so awesome. After that, we took a bus back to Madrid. The next morning, I went on a run in Retiro Park. After that, we went to Thyssen-Bornemisza Museum, I think is how you say it. We really enjoyed this museum. I thought it was laid out in a very efficient way, going through different time periods. We ate lunch at a place called Astor. Everything we got was really good, but the fried ceviche was out of this world. After that, we did the Rick Steves audio walking tour around Madrid and saw a lot of different sites. Plaza Mayor, Mercado de San Miguel, Almudena Cathedral, the Royal Palace, Puerta del Sol, and a few other places as well. That evening, I went to the Prado Museum around 6 p.m. when it's free to enter. It took about 30 minutes to get inside, which I thought was worth it. Unfortunately, I was not allowed to take pictures though. The next morning, we took a bus to El Escorial to see the royal site of San Lorenzo de El Escorial. We almost didn't do this, but I'm so glad that we did. This might have been the single coolest place that we visited. It was so massive and there was so much to see. It's considered the largest Renaissance building in the world, and it's one of the Spanish royal sites and functions as a monastery, basilica, royal palace, pantheon, library, museum, university, school, and hospital. Visiting here was such a cool experience. After we got back to Madrid, we got paninis from Il Morso and churros from Maestro Churrero Chocolateria. Both were good. Later that night, we went to the Real Madrid game. They were playing Villarreal. This was such a cool experience, probably one of the highlights of the trip for us. It was incredibly loud and exciting. Anytime they scored, it was just so awesome. And Real Madrid won 4-1, which was awesome to witness. The next morning was our anniversary and last day in Spain. We started off going to the very famous La Mallorquina for delicious chocolate Neapolitan pastries. Then we visited the Royal Palace. That was so cool. Unfortunately, you could not take pictures or videos in a lot of the main rooms, but still would recommend visiting. Next was lunch at Mercado de San Miguel. There were some awesome tapas that we got to try. After that, we went and got pictures taken. Annabelle that took our pictures was awesome, and I thought the pictures turned out really great as well. That night we had dinner at a Japanese barbecue place called Pilar Akenea, which was one of the highest rated places to eat in Spain on TripAdvisor. It was so good, and honestly, it was more of an experience than just a meal. There were 9 different courses. The service was incredible. The most notable courses were the A5 Kobe beef and the crown melon for dessert, which we actually ate too quickly to get a video of, but this was such an awesome place to go for our anniversary. The following morning, we headed back to the US after an awesome trip to Spain. I hope this video of our trip provides you with some information and ideas if you decide to take a trip to Spain. One of the few things we love more than traveling is helping people meet their real estate goals through buying and selling real estate. We work with agents all over the US, so if you or someone you know is looking to buy or sell a house, we'd love to help you. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions about real estate or travel. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.